Have you ever had that feeling where someone convinced you to do something, and only later did you realize it wasn't your idea at all? It's a strange, unsettling feeling, right? Well, the truth is, psychological manipulation happens a lot more often than we think. And most of the time, we don't even see it coming. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the world of psychological manipulation. We'll uncover some of the most common techniques people use to influence others, and more importantly, how you can spot them and protect yourself. By the end, you'll have a much clearer understanding of these subtle tactics and feel more empowered to make your own choices. First, let's be clear about what manipulation really is. It's a form of psychological influence, but it's not direct. Instead of someone telling you what they want you to do, they use subtle, often deceptive, tactics to shape your thoughts, feelings, and ultimately, your decisions. It's about control. A manipulator wants to control the situation and the outcome, and they do it by controlling you. This isn't the same as healthy persuasion, where someone openly presents their arguments and respects your right to disagree. Manipulation is dishonest at its core because the manipulator's true intentions are hidden. They create an illusion of choice, but in reality, they've stacked the deck to get what they want. So where does this happen? Everywhere. Manipulation isn't just something you see in movies with mastermind villains. It shows up in our everyday lives. At work, a colleague might subtly take credit for your ideas to get a promotion. In romantic relationships, a partner might use emotional tactics to get their way. Even in friendships, you might have a friend who always seems to make you feel guilty for not doing what they want. It even happens in families, where love and obligation can be twisted to control behavior. Because it's so widespread, it's crucial to recognize the patterns, no matter who they're coming from. Let's talk about one of the most classic and powerful techniques: guilt tripping. This is when a manipulator makes you feel responsible for their emotions or their happiness. They turn their feelings into your problem. You've probably heard phrases like, "If you really cared about me, you would do this," or "I guess I'll just have to manage on my own since you're so busy." Another classic is, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me." These statements are designed to trigger your sense of guilt and obligation. The goal is simple: to make you feel so bad that you give in to their demands, not because you want to, but to relieve that feeling of guilt. It's a highly effective tactic because most of us don't want to feel like we're letting someone down. Another incredibly powerful tool is social pressure, also known as the bandwagon effect. Humans are social creatures. We have a natural tendency to want to fit in and follow the behavior of the group. Manipulators know this and exploit it. They might say things like, "Everyone else is doing it," or "We all think this is the best way forward." This is designed to make you question your own judgment. It creates a sense of isolation, making you feel like you're the only one who disagrees. The implied message is, your opinion is wrong because it's different from everyone else's. This pressure can be so strong that people will abandon their own beliefs just to avoid being the odd one out. It's a way of shutting down discussion before it even starts. Now here's a tricky one: manipulation that comes disguised as a compliment. This is often called love bombing or flattery. The person showers you with praise and tells you exactly what you want to hear. They might say, "You're the only one who's smart enough to handle this," or "I've never met anyone as talented as you." It feels good, right? Who doesn't like a compliment? But with a manipulator, this flattery has a hidden agenda. The goal is to build trust quickly and lower your defenses. They make you feel special and valued. And then, once you're feeling good and you trust them, the request comes. "Since you're so good at this, could you just finish this report for me?" The compliment wasn't the point, it was just the setup. It was the beginning of their strategy to get something from you. Let's not forget the tactic of playing the victim. A manipulator skilled in this art will constantly portray themselves as being wronged, misunderstood, or unfairly treated. They will twist stories to make it seem like the world, and especially you, is against them. They might say things like, "Nothing ever goes right for me," or "Why does everyone always take advantage of me?" This makes you feel sorry for them. Your natural instinct is to want to help, to comfort them, to fix their problems. And just like that, you're caught. You start doing things for them out of pity, giving them your time, energy, and resources. They use your empathy as a weapon against you, getting what they want without ever having to ask for it directly. They know that by playing the victim, they can shift responsibility and gain your support. So, with all these tactics out there, how can you avoid being manipulated? The single most powerful defense you have is awareness. It all starts with recognizing what's happening. When you feel a sudden wave of pressure, guilt, or confusion during a conversation, that's your cue to pause. Take a step back, both mentally and, if possible, physically. Ask yourself a simple but powerful question. Am I doing this because I genuinely want to, or because someone is trying to influence me? Listen to your gut. Our intuition is often the first alarm bell that something isn't right. If a deal sounds too good to be true, or if someone's flattery feels excessive, be skeptical. A great practical strategy is to learn to say no and to be comfortable with it. You don't need to provide a long, elaborate excuse. A simple, "No, I can't do that right now," is enough. Manipulators thrive on people who are afraid to set boundaries. By setting clear boundaries, you send a message that you value your own time and energy. Another tip is to buy yourself time. When faced with a high-pressure request, say something like, "Let me think about it and I'll get back to you." This removes the immediate pressure and gives you space to evaluate the situation without the manipulator's influence. You can then think clearly about whether the request is reasonable and if it aligns with your own goals. Remember, understanding these techniques isn't about becoming paranoid or distrustful of everyone. It's about empowerment. It's about being able to distinguish between genuine, healthy influence and dishonest manipulation. When you can spot these tactics, they lose their power over you. You become the one in control of your own decisions. Awareness is the first and most critical step toward building healthier relationships, making better choices, and living a more authentic life. You have the right to make decisions based on your own values and desires, not on someone else's hidden agenda. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has given you some valuable insights into the world of psychological manipulation. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on psychology and self-improvement. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever experienced any of these techniques? Sharing our stories can help us all learn and grow. Stay aware and take care.